All right, guys, welcome to Lakeview. I'm Patrick Neuman, the principal here at Lakeview. I'm going to be reading you guys a Christmas story today. You know, normally I have Mason and Sadie reading stories to me. If you guys remember back in the spring of 2020, Mason and Sadie read with you guys every day, but they couldn't be here today, but they did recommend this story to you. It is called Mooseltoe. It is by Margie Palatini, illustrated by Henry Cole. You can see, if you remember also from our story, sometimes Slider the Wonder Pup would join us. He took a bite out of the corner of this book. Even Slider likes this story, so it is a well-recommended book in my household. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the Office on Youth YouTube channel to check out all these cool videos. Make sure you guys like the Lakeview videos more than Tussock North. We love our friends at Tussock North. We want to make sure Lakeview gets the most likes. So I'm going to put on my elf hat and we're going to read Mooseltoe. Here we go. Here we go. Mooseltoe. 'Twas the season and Moose was merry. He joyfully tickled the ivories with a tuneful of tidings and a flurry of fa-la-las. He was so full of ho-ho-hos, even his moustache had the holiday spirit. So there he's playing the piano, spilling his hot chocolate. But Moose was more than just a bit merry and bright. He was busy, busy, busy. There was a lot to be done on his list of to-dos. But with orderly organization, a bit of regimentation, lots of imagination, and just plain old Moose know-how, getting ready for the big day should have been simple, easy, yet in all probability, just perfectly perfect. So there you go. That's pretty impressive mustache right there. He wasted not one merry minute. Moose got moving and put some hustle into the holiday bustle. He went to work. He wrote cards and letters till his hooves hurt. Check. He shopped till he dropped. Check. He hauled to home boxes and bags and presents galore. Moose had gifts for everyone stacked from ceiling to floor. Check, check, check. Then he wrapped yo, 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 and he ribboned ho, ho, ho. And on each and every package he tied a big, beautiful bow. Check and double check. So far, so simple, so easy, so perfectly perfect. Again, I have this nice little elf beard here, but that mustache is pretty impressive. Oops, hold on. Decorations were next on his list of things to get done. So Moose decked the halls, then he spruced up the walls. He beaded and bowed and Mooseltoed. He gathered garlands, roped wreaths, and holly, jingled bells, sang Noels. Oh, good golly, this Moose was jolly. Check, 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 check. Last but not least, he hung all the stockings, each and every one with special care. And just in time, too, soon Santa would be there. Check and final check. Yes, sirree, getting ready for Christmas was an absolute snap and so simple, so easy. And if he did say so himself, Moose thought totally, utterly, completely, perfectly perfect. On that night before Christmas, Mother, little sissy, Bucky, and Junior all looked through the house. What a job Moose had done! Everything looked bountiful, festive, quite fine indeed. There was just one minor problem, if you will. Oh dear, sighed the missus as the five stared at one empty corner. Oh my, oh me, oh gee. Pop, what happened? Cried Junior. You forgot the tree. He didn't put up a Christmas tree. After all that, no Christmas tree. Oh my gosh. Oops. Where would they hang the tinsel, string the popcorn, light the lights? Where would Santa leave his gifts for the kiddies on Christmas Eve night? He would find a tree somewhere, somehow, and that's all there was to that. So out went the Moose, braving blusterly blowing winds and cold, trudging through snowdrifts, courageous and bold. There he goes. And see, Mrs. Moose has some crazy hair, too. I've never seen Moose with that much hair, but, you know, what do I know? Moose first hoofed it down the corner, not a tree to be had. Then he slid around the block. Uh-oh, things were looking bad. He went down every boulevard, street, and little road. He looked down lanes and alleys. Every tree had been sold. There wasn't a branch, not a twig, not even one lousy, bowless bow hanging around. Nope, nada, nothing. Not a tree to be found. Oh my gosh, what's he gonna do? No tree, sighed a sad Moose as he came home empty-handed that snowy eve. The kids tried to make the best of it. They said, oh, so who needs a tree? But Moose could plainly see they were short on the glee. He knew something had to be done, and that's just what he did. In the empty corner he stood and spread out his arms very wide. Then he smiled at his children and he winked at his bride. Kids, he declared, fetch your forgetful pop some of that tried and true family glop. What's going on here? So back came the kids carrying a big pot of glue, and without one but without a word to one another, they knew just what to do. They each took apart, grabbing strands, taking hold. Then carefully, oh so carefully, they glopped and they plopped and they pasted and they pressed. They curled and they twirled with every follicle they could fathom, until Moose's magnificent mustache was indeed even more of a marvel to see. Moose was just a few needles shy of being an evergreen tree. They strung Moose with lights from head to his toes and draped him with tinsel beginning right from his nose. They hung balls that were shiny and bells that twinkled, candy canes, berries, and plums sugar sprinkled. They all stood back. Junior plugged in his pop. Ooh, ah. Yes, Moose was truly one incredible sight. He was glorious and glowing, and boy oh boy was he bright. So they made a tree out of a dead. Then Junior placed the star on top of Moose's head. He gave him a kiss and a pat, and they all headed off to bed. Except Moose, of course. He stayed in the corner, still twinkling and blinking, and waiting for Santa. Oh, it wasn't so simple, and it wasn't so easy, and okay, it wasn't so perfectly perfect. But you know what? It was pretty close. Ho, ho, ho. So you know what, guys? Even if everything's not perfect at Christmas, even if you have to dress up, you know, someone in your house as a Christmas tree, it's still a lot of fun to celebrate the holidays together. So hopefully my kids won't have to make me a Christmas tree. I'll check to make sure we put ours up at home when I leave here. So, guys, have a happy holidays. Remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel for Office on Youth. Click that like button for Lakeview a few extra times because you know, guys, Lakeview is the best. But we love all of our colonials across the city. Have a great holiday season, and we wish you guys the best.